Glad to meet you. Um, this is a Rostock Max. It's also known as a Delta style printer. Um, I jumped into this right away. Of course, I looked at the. I just drew a blank on this one. Help me out here.
Oh, that's the rep wrap?
The rep wrap. I was looking at this online, and I like the design. I like building and putting things together and see if we can get it functional. But I decided that the build platform was limited for height and even width. I was looking at this one here, and the company seemed to have a lot of success with it. They were new, and I decided to jump into it. Drawback, I would say, was the build. It took me 40 or 50 hours to put it all together. I wish I had the 40 or 50 hours in one shot. But I couldn't. Couple hours here, a couple hours there, and once it was done, I started printing. And the biggest thing was to fine tune it. Tuning it probably took me another 40 hours to get it down. But once I had that, I was happy, and I was actually getting good prints. And then, of course, I said I want to change the design a little bit and upgrade it. And this is the process that I'm going through right now in an upgrade. Changing out the motors. This was the original here.
Yep. And then this is the replacement.
This is the replacement. I'm gonna I want to make a bracket here for this.
Yeah.
Probably out of metal and let it sit on. Right now it's up there. Of course, it strips it a piece of wood just to give me an idea of where it'll go. But I ended up measuring everything, and I can.
Oh, I was gonna ask you to really show me how the movement works on it, but it's that each of those moves up and down to change the position, huh?
Correct. And I could plug this in, and we could do a dry run on it. But
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And that doesn't. I guess just because of the way it's built, if I move this, it does lift it. Mm-hmm. So these all have to adjust to move it across.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting to see it move, I think.
No problem.
And so so you're upgrading the printer head, the
Extruder.
The extruder. So what was the problem with the old extruder, and what is the thing that you're doing that's new?
The old extruder used a hobby bolt.
Okay.
I don't know if you could actually.
You want to explain what hobby bolt is?
Sure. It's just a regular bolt that has a groove in it that catches the filament as it spins and pulls it through. This design doesn't use a bolt. It actually uses a roller and a gear, and it slides it through. The roller presses up against one side, and the gear feeds it through. That's all metal, which I like, versus plastic gears will have a tendency of failing and even slipping. And I was getting a lot of slipping with this. And when I changed that out, it made a big difference in my prints. It really did. My layers were, you can say, like this. Compared to, I know you, Heath, you had a gray piece that you showed me. Here. And I was getting, my prints were coming out like this.
Yeah.
In gaps.
Yeah.
Just like this. And when I changed it out, it made a big difference.
Yeah, my focus isn't great, but yeah. Cool. So what kind of material does it print?
ABS, PLA, the wood polymer filament that's out there now.
Yeah. We got a little bit in here, actually.
I actually have a whole spool at home.
Did you have luck with it?
Haven't had a chance to use it yet.
Okay.
Just because
I heard it wasn't that great, yeah.
Yeah, well, once I play with it, I'm going to see what we can really do with it. There's a bunch of experimental filament out there as well. I forget the names for it, but it almost has a rubber band type quality to it. I don't know if anybody has seen it. I actually want to play. I want to play with that. But yeah, just because of the heated bed itself and the temperature that I can raise this up at, I can probably print just about any material, really.
Yeah.
Except for metal, of course.
And just for clarification, so I know that it's ABS that needs. So that's the speed it would run, huh?
That would be the first layer, and then once the first layer is done, it does speed up.
And that's because it's building the platform, huh?
right now it's putting a little circle around the object.
Yeah.
I have it set for 3 layers.
And what's the software you're using? This is obviously not Makerware.
Ah,
What is this? This is
Repetier host.
Repetier host. Is this open source?
Yes.
Uh,
If you want to come over and take a look. Yeah.
could you use that to run a MakerBot?
Don't know, never tried.
It is cool to see the synchronization of the different arms.
Yeah, once I get a better design for the motors on top, and then mount my spool up top, I'll be happy. I'm hoping